Hello and welcome to episode 373 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple, actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, today's possibly one of the most important episodes I'm ever going to record on the podcast because it's one of the most important conversations I have with clients and students when I work with them. And it comes down to ROI, return on investment, a massive, massive stumbling block for buyers when they're looking to buy. And they turn to the seller and they say, hey, this is great. What do I get for the money? What's the return on investment here? Most people feel like unless they can say, well, for every £1 you give us, we'll give you £3 back or anything like that. It's a transactional monetary figure. Most people think if they don't have that, then there is no ROI. And it's something they skirt around. But I'm here today to tell you, and I will have to check my notes today because I can't remember all of these things. I'm not all that amazing, dear listener, dear viewer. There's 13 different types of ROI, 13 different types of return on investment, and most of them are not monetary, but they may apply to your offering. And so what I want you to do is listen very carefully. It'll probably be one of the longest episodes I ever record of the podcast because we're going to go through each one. But I want you to think about one by one, does this apply to you or not? And then use the ones that do, discard the ones that don't. But never again will you be stuck for the, what do I get for the money? What's the ROI question if you don't have a direct, give me the pounds, I'll give you the pounds back kind of calculation. Okay, that's enough head wiggling. Let me check my notes. Number one, and they're not in any particular order. So just because it's number one doesn't mean it's the most important. But helping you to attract staff, attract visitors, attract clients. So not necessarily selling to them, but attracting them, making yourself known to them and visible to them. So yes, we could call this the selling one, you're hoping to sell more stuff, ROI, blah, blah, blah. But attracting them is important. But also staff is one that's overlooked. I guess they kind of mean the same thing, don't they? But staff. So your offering could help a company become a better employer, more attractive employer. So let's talk about that. Second one, it could help to retain buyers and retain staff. So it may not help you to sell more stuff and, reach new heights, but it might help you to protect what you've already got from a client point of view and from a staff point of view. Third one, the ROI could simply be saving time. So it used to take 25 hours to do the washing down at the river. Now you can put your clothes in the washing machine and it's a 45-minute cycle and it's done. So it could save you time in terms of the work that you're having to put in. Number four, and it's easy to mix these two up, but they are different. Number four is a quicker result. So we have a 45-minute washing machine and I've just launched a 20-minute washing machine, so I can get you an even quicker result than before. It could be a longer lasting result. So, and it's funny because when I do these things, I have to think of like examples on the spot, and I'm sat in my garden office looking around. I can see my fence, which I had done a few years ago, and they told me it lasts about 20 years. So imagine if they said to me, most fences last 20 years. Our one lasts 50,000 million years. It will be there after the end of the world. That's compelling because I don't then have to replace it in 50,000 years' time. So a longer lasting result is a form of ROI. It could save you money. And there's not much more to say about that, but it could save you money. It could give you exclusive access to something. So if you're with Apple TV, Amazon, Netflix, all these kind of people, you'll get access to shows and films and stuff that aren't anywhere else. And there's value in that. So you don't get money back from Amazon or Netflix, whoever, do you? They don't say, well, you spent £10 on your subscription. Here's £1 back. No, they say, here's some exclusive access to something. That's a return on investment. That's value that you're getting. Number 8. Of course, just making money. We can skip over that one. Helps to make money. That is, what most people think ROI is, the financial. Number 9, it can help you do more in terms of volume. So and I don't know why I'm using like washing your clothes in a river in a washing machine as an example, but there we go. So before you could only wash a kilogram of dirty washing. Now you can wash 100 kilograms of dirty washing. So there's an increase in volume of what your product or service allows a buyer to do. There could be an increase in ability. So before you weren't able to hand wash silk stuff in the washing machine, something like that. I don't know. Bear with me. Doing this on the spot. But now you have the ability to do that. So number 9 is you can do more in terms of volume. Number 10 is you can do more in terms of ability. Number 11 is improving your conversion rate. So it's not so much about attracting people in, but it helps you to close more deals in some way. Number 12 could just simply be that you learn something, and this is like having access to things. So you're upskilling, you're learning something. And number 13, it evokes a feeling. So it makes you feel proud. So going to the gym, for example, there's no monetary ROI, return on investment, going to the gym. What you really get, what the ROI is, you will feel better about your body, feel more comfortable and more, well, I will anyway, more comfortable, more proud, because you finally got your body in shape, and that's worth an awful lot to people. There's no money there, but that doesn't mean it's not a return on investment. Right, that's the list of 13 things. Listen back through if you need to, because I talk very quickly. Find which one or two or so of those apply to you. Use them going forward. The main thing to take on board is that not all ROI, not all return on investment is financial, and that is okay. But you must be able to express the ROI, the return on investment for your product or your service, because if you can't expect your buyer to do the heavy lifting and do the homework, and you'll lose them pretty quickly. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow, 374, I'm going to be talking about big clients. So when you've got one or two really big clients that buy from you, we're just going to explore that in tomorrow's episode. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hit like, subscribe, share, comment, interact some way with the podcast. It helps us to reach more people with our free tips and sales advice. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for almost definitely a shorter edition of the Daily Sales Message.